Good evening. Welcome to the 20th anniversary of Gospel Music Association's Dove Award Show. It's my distinct honor this evening to introduce you to some of the distinguished guests that are with us. I'd first like to introduce Mr. Paul Herman, who is chairman of the Christian Booksellers Association. Paul, would you please stand? Please welcome him, will you? As you can well imagine, it's very difficult for the Gospel Music Association to associate itself officially and publicly with a corporation. Luckily for the Gospel Music Association, we work with a corporation who has very strong Christian ethics and preaches the Word and exemplifies the Word in their business all over the United States. This evening from the Chick-fil-A Corporation, I'd like to introduce you to Don Perry, Steve Robinson, Dan Cathy, where are you? And the operators, please stand. And they have several operators with them, if they would stand as well. Would you please make them welcome? We thank you, Chick-fil-A, for all the help that you give us. As you notice, I was introduced as past president, and the reason is because there's a new president as of yesterday morning. And I'd like to introduce to you the new president from BMI, a man who's very excited about all the new things that are happening and is anxious to work for the next year for the GMA, Mr. Joe Mascao. Joe, would you stand? We also elected a new chairman of the board. Well, we elected a new chairman of the board, but by popular demand, last year's chairman of the board, Mr. Roland Lundy, has been re-elected. Roland, would you stand? I agree. The board of directors travels all around the country and gives a lot of its own time and expense to serve the Gospel Music Association, and I'd like to ask all last year's members and next year's members if you would please stand and be recognized. Board of Directors, there we go. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the evening.
Welcome to the 20th Annual Dove Awards.
If home is really where the heart is, then home must be a place we all can share. Differences, our hearts are much the same, and where love is, we come together there. Wherever there is laughter ringing, someone smiling, someone dreaming, we can live together there. Love will be our home. Where a vow is never broken, we can live together there. Love will be our home. Love will be our home. A fervent prayer rose up to heaven. A fragile soul was losing ground and sorting through the earthly babble. Heaven heard the sound. This was a life of no distinction, no successes, only trials, yet gazing down on this unlovely one, there was love in heaven's eyes. In heaven's eyes, there are no losers. In heaven's eyes, no hopeless cause. Only people like you with feelings like me. And we're amazed by the grace we can find in heaven's eyes.
Caught like a leaf in the wind, looking for a friend. Where could you turn? Only you spoke the words of a prayer, and you found him there, arms open wide, love in his eyes. Jesus, he meets you where you are. Oh, Jesus, he heals your secret scars. Oh, the love you're longing for is Jesus, the friend of a wounded heart. Oh, may all who come behind us find us faithful. May the fire of our devotion light their way. May the footprints that we leave lead them to believe, and the lives we live inspire them to obey. Oh, may all who come behind us find us faithful. May the footprints that we leave lead them to believe, and the lives we live inspire them to obey. Oh, may all who come behind us find us to If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need him now. Oh, we sure do need him now. Oh, Lord, we sure do need him now. If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need him now. We need him every day and every hour. If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need him now. Oh, we sure do need him now. Oh, Lord, we sure do need him now. If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need him now. We need him every day and every hour. We need him in the morning. We need him in the night. We need him in the noonday when the sun is shining bright. If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need him now. Oh, we sure do need him now. Oh, Lord, we sure do need him now. If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need him now. We need him every day and every hour. We need him when we're happy. We need him when we're sad. We need him when we're broken, and just to make our hearts feel glad. We need him. We really, really, really need him in the morning, in the night. We need him in the noonday, shining bright. Oh, we need him. We really need him when we're happy, when we're sad. We need him when we're burdened, just to make our hearts feel glad. You know that we need him. We really, really, really need him in the morning, in the night. We need him in the noonday, when the sun is shining bright. Oh, him, we really need him when we're happy, when we're sad. We need him when we're burdened, just to make our hearts feel. If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need him now. Oh, we sure do need him now. Oh, Lord, we sure do need him now. If we ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need him now. We need him every day and every we need him every day and every we need him every day and every do we need him every day
Ladies and gentlemen, one of our co-hosts for the evening, Russ Taff.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dove Awards. We're reading out of books this time. No teleprompters or anything, so I feel like I'm in a class play, reading for a part. But I did make a note to myself not to mention the Grammys this year, so... Gospel music goes beyond just radio and television and concerts and tours. It goes from our head down into our heart. And it actually has the power and ability to change a life and to restore that life. And I am very happy to be a part of this group tonight. I think we ought to give everyone out here who participates and sings and contributes in whatever way to this great industry. I like to do that. Tonight we're going to be looking at a lot of different kinds of gospel music, from metal. Can't be Christian. Can't be Christian. We still struggle with that. Southern gospel, black gospel, traditional, and excuse me while I get my notes here and read some more. Well, we're going to be looking at the young too, young people, composers, and in the midst of all this singing and sharing, we're going to let a few of our friends know how much we appreciate their work and the accomplishments that they've made this year. But I want to bring out two very, very special people who are some of my favorite singers in the whole world. They have Grammys, Dove Awards, been on tour with Whitney Houston, and sang on her record. Thank you, boys. But I want you to give a great big hand to two very special people, BeBe and CeCe Winans.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, if you bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, just for a minute, I want to ask Russ Taff a question that I know you're dying to hear. Well, at least the book is saying you're dying to hear it. That's what it says, y'all.
Okay.
Okay. So, I can understand noise. Okay, we got the key now.
Next year we're going to television.
Okay, now listen, I can understand metalized, I can understand contemporarized, but sanitized. Russ, can you help me with that? Sanitized?
Yeah, I can. I didn't read that part in the script.
You didn't read that part?
No.
Okay, well, just look down here.
But Larnelle got all the good jokes, so let me see if I can...
Right here. This is not going to work.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
Come on, Russ. What is you doing?
What are you doing? Making up your own thing?
I always do. No, I
Would
should
you-
have it right.
Would you read this right here?
This is where Joseph walks in.
Russ, read.
It's wrong?
Would you stop being obedient?
No, it's right here. Okay, come on. They're going to kill it.
All right.
Sanitized.
Russ, I'll read it for you. What can I say?
What can I say?
Okay. Come on. Of the meaning of the word.
Of the meaning of the word.
Sanitize.
Sanitize.
The word can,
The word had, okay.
can have
Can
many
applications.
applications. A cleansing process.
Right.
The process of being made clean.
Okay.
Page 10.
Let's skip the sanitized. For now, and get on to the metalized. Okay? Now, the next group of performers are about as radical for Jesus as you can get. Their last 3 singles climbed up to number 2 position on the CCM's rock charts, right? Including the Dove nomination song, Shout.
Now, based on the West Coast, these metal musicians have a solid evangelistic approach, consistently selling out mainstream clubs and concert venues to packed audiences, mostly under the age of 21.
If you're out there complaining about the words, most rock bands and Christian music sing in Japanese.
You are so disobedient. You are disobedient. That's not what that said.
If you walk out of here and say, I don't understand the words, you're old, okay? All right. Here to do their hit song, Showdown, here is Shout.
Are we in trouble?
You to get up too or what? Come on. Oh no, come on. And oh, how the ages come and go. Everybody, let's see it. Well, there's nothing coming soon. Well, I'm gonna know. All right.
I'm personally very honored to be a part of the Dove Award history in making this year. This first time that they've had a medal group, a medal category.
The nominees are Hammer and Nail, White Cross, Rex Carroll and Joe, Powers Producers, Pure Metal Records.
In God We Trust, Striper and Michael Lloyd, producers, Enigma Records.
It Won't Be Long, Shout. Ken Tamlin, producer, Frontline Records.
And Rock in a Hard Place, Blood Good, Terry Shelton, producer, Frontline Records.
Silent Screams, hold up, Russ. Rez Band, Rez and Tom Cameron, producers, Ocean Gur Records.
And this year's Dove Award goes to
In God We Trust, Striper and Michael Lloyd, producers, Ingram Records.
Well, we're not Striper, but
Here we are.
Here we come.
Jerry Park?
Here we come.
yeah.
You made it.
This has been a long time coming. I just want to say thanks to all the people that have worked so hard at Enigma Records, Benson Company, John Huey with ICM. I can speak on behalf of the guys and say that they sincerely appreciate being recognized by their peers. And I also want to say thanks to the one that counts the most of all, the one in whom we're going to keep putting all of our trust, the man upstairs. Thank you. Good night.
As most of you know, this year we have also expanded our Dove Awards to include 8 new divisions, honoring specific categories of recorded songs. In these categories, the Dove Awards will be presented to the songwriter or writers as well as the recording artists who made the song popular.
Nominated for Metal Records Song of the Year, Breakaway, Rosanna's Raiders, artist, Artie Palmer, writer.
Dancing on the Head of the Serpent, Jerusalem, artist, Christensen, must be a real holy man. Christensen, writer.
Enough is Enough, White Cross, artist, Rex Carroll, writer.
In God We Trust, Striper, artist, Striper, writers.
Shout, artists, Ken Tamlin and Chuck King, writers.
And the first Dove Award for Recorded Metal Song of the Year is presented to... Yeah. In God We Trust, Striper, artist, Striper, writer.
It sure is fun to represent the Radicals, isn't it? I'm Janice Sweet, and I manage Striper. And I can tell you that I know where these guys' hearts are. They love God. They appreciate the support of the GMA. Thanks so much.
And if you don't believe we're diversified, just watch us move directly from metal to inspirational. In one smooth transitional moment.
Is this the moment?
This is the moment.
The nominees for Inspirational Album of the Year are Christmas, Larnelle Harris, Greg Nelson producer, Benson Records.
Find Us Faithful, Steve Green, Greg Nelson producer, Sparrow Records.
Hymn singer, Cynthia Clawson, David Maddox, producer, Dayspring Records.
Make His Praise Glorious, Sandy Patti, Greg Nelson, Sandy Patti Helvering producers, Word Records.
The Acapella Project, Glad, Ed Now producer, Benson Records.
Wings, Gaither Vocal Band, Billy Smiley producer, Star Song Records.
And the Dove Award for Inspirational Album goes to...
Oh, let's make His praise glorious. Sandy Patti, Greg Nelson and Sandy Patti Helvering producer, Word Record.
Thank you so very much. It is always a privilege to get in the studio and work with Greg. He brings tremendous talent, but he brings such a deep and committed walk with the Lord, and I grow from that experience all the time. I do want to thank Word Records for their support and their belief, and for all of the salesmen and the people who spend their time on the phone and make those calls and travel those miles. Thank you so very much for doing that. To all the arrangers, David Clydesdale, Alan Moore, just thank you so much for making these songs really come alive. To the players who take our jumbled words when we say, we want it to sound like this, and they make it sound wonderful. Thank you so much to all the players. And thank you again for giving us the opportunity to make His praise glorious, because that is what it's all about.
Short and sweet. There's someone very special to me here tonight, and it's my mother. And I wish my dad could have been here. Thanks, Mom.
The second of our 8 recorded song awards is being presented in the Inspirational category. The nominations are Daystar Shine Down on Me, Gaither Vocal Band Artist, Steve Richardson Writer.
Find Us Faithful, Steve Green Artist, John Moore Writer.
In Heaven's Eyes, Sandy Patti Artist, Phil McGoo Writer. I think I said that right.
Love Will Be Our Home, Sandy Patti Artist, Steven Curtis Chapman Writer.
Thank you, Ray Boltz Artist, Ray Boltz Writer.
And tonight's Inspirational Recording Song of the Year is...
Striper? No. In Heaven's Eyes, Sandy Patti Artist, Paul McHugh Writer.
Told a lot of people, and I've told this to Phil, if there's anything that I could say to a group of people, whether on record or in concert, it would be to say to them, in Heaven's Eyes, there are no losers. In heaven's eyes, there is no hopeless cause. There's only people like you, with feelings like me, and we're amazed by the grace we can find. Thank you, Phil, for letting me say that.
I just want to thank Sandy for singing the song. She has sung so many songs so wonderfully, and it was a real privilege to have her sing the song. And thank you very much.
We mentioned earlier tonight that we would be challenged by the new ideas that have come to us through young, innovative performers and composers. This next artist comes to my mind.
Well, I guess so. Since he has 6 Dove Award nominations, has topped the charts this year as a performer, and is of his own material, as well as the writer whose songs have hit the AC, Inspirational, and Southern Gospel charts.
And not only that, but he is wholeheartedly committed to Jesus.
He can't be a day over 16. Here to perform his composition nominated for Song of the Year is our new young friend, Steven Curtis Chapman, singing His Eyes.
Sometimes his eyes were gentle and filled with laughter, and sometimes they cried, and sometimes there was a fire of holy anger in Jesus' eyes. But the eyes that saw hope in the hopeless, that saw through the fall to the new, are the same eyes that look down from heaven into the deepest part of you and me. And his eyes are always upon us, and his eyes never close in sleep. And no matter where you go, you will always be in his eyes. His eyes. Sometimes his voice comes calling like rolling thunder, or like driving rain. And sometimes his voice is quiet. We start to wonder if he knows our pain. But he who spoke peace to the water, he cares more for your heart than the waves. And the voice that once said, you're forgiven, still says you're forgiven today. Today. Sometimes I look above me, the stars are shining, I feel so small. How could the God of heaven and all creation know I'm here at all? But then in the silence he whispers, my child, I created you too. You're my most precious creation. I even gave my son for you, and his eyes always upon you. His eyes never close in sleep, and no matter where you go, you will always be in his eyes. No matter where you go, will always be in his eyes. Sometimes
Franz's eyes were gentle, filled with laughter.
Yes, Steven. Now we would like to present the award for Worship and Praise Album of the Year. This year's nominees are Arise, O Lord, Israel's Hope, John G. Elliott, producer, Fortress Records.
Live a Celebration of Worship and Praise, Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir, Carroll Cimbala, producer, Word Records.
Praise 10, Maranatha Singers, Smitty Price, Tom Coons, producer, Maranatha Records.
The Majesty and Glory, various artists, Billy Ray Hearn, Tom Feet, I think, producers, Sparrow Records.
Worship, Craig Smith, Paul Mills, producer, Benson Records.
And the Dove Award goes to
Praise 10, Maranatha Singers, Smitty Price, Tom Coons, producers, Maranatha Music Records.
Thank you. On behalf of all the people at Maranatha Music who were the early originators of praise music with Praise One, and I know they'd be thrilled if they were here, and I'll be glad to take this home and gladly accept them for it. Thank you.
I'll never forget my first stage performance in the little church that I grew up in. It moved me. Musicals over the years have proclaimed the gospel message with a dramatic flair that's often had lifelong impact on performers in the audience. This year's nominees for Musical Album of the Year: Beautiful Savior, Dave and Jan Williamson, Randy Vader, creators, Gaither Music Company.
Call His Name Jesus, various artists, Dave T. Clydesdale, creator, Royal Tapestry Records,
He Holds the Key, Azusa University Pacific Choir, John Moore, creator, Sparrow Records.
In His Presence, The Risen King, Dick and Melody Tunney, creators, Genevux Records.
We Believe, Vince Wilcox, creator, Benson Records.
We are happy to present this year's Dove Award for Musical Album of the Year to
In His Presence, The Risen King, Dick and Melody Tunney, creators. Gemini Records.
I feel like one of our babies just won a prize because this musical for us, it's the first time we've ever written a musical before, and what a wonderful encouragement. We want to thank Lorenz in particular for challenging us, pushing us, even suggesting the idea and pushing us when we questioned it, and we're so proud of it, and this is just such a confirmation. Thank you.
I think a special thanks goes to Elwin Raymer and Michael Purrier Lorenz, the folks at Genevux who we hooked up with for this, Sam Sanders and Fess Robertson, Ron Huff, who did wonderful orchestrations, and especially my good friend Brent King, who engineered it and made 8 singers sound like 80. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Another category of our music that continues to have profound effect in each of our lives is in the area of choral music. Our church choirs and the music that they sing set the tone for true worship. The nominees for Choral Collection Album of the Year are Doxology, various artists, Don Wurtson, creator, Sings Inspiration, thank you, Records.
Glorious Things, CeCe, you're messing me up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. No. Glorious Things of Thee are spoken, arranged and orchestrated by Ovid Young, J. Rouse, Randy Vader, producers, Gaither Music Company.
Let There Be Praise, Volume 2, Let There Be Praise, singers, Greg Nelson, creator, Sparrow Records.
Prism, Green Collection, Stephen V. Taylor, Chris Harris, Mark Heimerman, creator, Word Metal Green Records.
Sandy Patti, Choral Praise, Greg Nelson, creator, Word Music Records. And this year's award of Choral Collection Album of the Year goes to Sandy Patti, Choral Praise, Greg Nelson, creator, Word Music Records.
This award, first of all, there's something I forgot because I got all choked up about my mom. I'd like to thank the Lord. I'd like to thank the Lord. He's good. And I would like to thank Word Print, all the people there, Jim Gibson, Don Kaysen, Dave Guthrie, Reed Lancaster, Terry, Bruce Greer, the whole staff at the print company. But this award really is, I was just part of a next step. This is Sandy Patti. Sandy Patti is the one who made this happen. And I want you to know that, and you probably already do, but I want to make sure you know it. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. We at Word Music are proud to be associated with this particular project. I want to thank all the people at Word Music. I think Greg did a pretty good job of running through the list. And Sandy Patti for the album, for all the writers, the arrangers, creators, producers, orchestrators, and for the opportunity to take solo songs and put them into choral arrangements so that the church choirs of our country and our world can present to the congregations the gospel of Jesus Christ through choir music. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and Ken Barker also. I think that's it. Okay. Thank you from Word Music.
I'm happy to tell you that my 3-year-old can sing every note on every album in this category.
Right, CeCe.
I'm serious.
Right, CeCe. And I've got a nice plot of land. I don't have no land. That I'm going to give you just off the coast of Florida.
Yeah, right, BeBe.
This is the nominations for Children's Music Album of the Year are Second Sunday Sing-Along, Maranatha Kids, Clifford Barney, Robertson producer, Maranatha Music Records.
Green Prism, Chris Harris, Mark Hammerman, producers, Reunion Records.
Why are you standing up here, Russ? Kids. Okay. Kids Praise 7. Praise Kids. Ernie and Debbie Rotino, producers, Maranatha Music Records.
I mean, why is he standing up here for real? Red Prism, Chris Harris, Mark Hammerman, producers, Reunion Records.
Wise Guys and Starry Skies. Kathy Hill. Why y'all laughing? Kathy Hill and Randall Dennis producers, Sparrow Records, and the Dove Award recipients. You guys be serious. This is serious business. Wise guys and starry skies. Starry. That's why you're laughing. Starry skies. Kathy Hill. Come on, you starry people. There we go.
I really don't know what to say, but those of you who know me well that know that my knowing not what to say has never stopped me from saying something. Thank you so much. I've been at this a long time, and there's a lot of people out there that have helped me, and I can't see you because the lights are so bright, but God knows who you are, and I do, and I want to thank all of those people over the past 10 years that have encouraged me, and I want to thank Sparrow Records, I want to thank Billy Ray Hearn and George Baldwin, especially Randall Dennis, my co-producer on this project, and I just want to say that the kids that we're planting seeds of faith in their hearts through this music, they're the people that are going to carry on this tradition 20 years from now. And so I'm so excited to be a part of children's music. And thank you very, very much.
I bet they ask you back next year, man. Each year, the Gospel Music Association recognizes outstanding achievement in our international area by presenting the Gospel Music International Award. Artists are nominated by the Craft Committee and voted on by the Gospel Music Association Board of Directors. The nominees of this year are Charlotte Hoagland from Sweden, Connie Scott from Canada, Gigi Villa from the Philippines, and this year's international award goes to Charlotte Hoagland from Sweden.
I guess most of you people never heard of Charlotte, but at the age of 4, she recorded her first album, and that was 20 years ago. She's not here. She's in the studio doing her 11th album. And if she were here, I know she would say to you, thank you very much. Hope that she will learn to know you sometime. Thanks a lot.
On Monday night this week, during the Gospel Music Association's annual membership meeting, some very special award was presented honoring outstanding contributions made to gospel music. I would like to announce some of the awards now and give you the opportunity to recognize the honorees. Our first award is given for contribution to gospel music by a secular artist. Each year, the GMA pays special tribute to an artist who earns the majority of their musical income from secular music and has contributed the most to gospel music in the past year. This year, we salute George Hamilton IV. The Impact Award is given to a person, group, album, concert, event, song, musical, or hymnal that has had the greatest impact on the gospel music world over the last 2 years. On Monday, our 1989 Impact Award was presented to Integrity's Hosanna Music for their worship tape series. The Lifetime Achievement Award honors the album, group, concert, event, song, musical, or hymnal that has had the greatest effect on gospel music over the period of not less than 20 years. This year's special honor is given to Light Records and its founder, Ralph Carmichael. The Monday Gathering was also a time to pay special tribute to 2 people who have made legendary difference in gospel music. Induced into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame living category was the founder and lifelong member of the Southern... What did I read it wrong? Inducted. Oh. Abducted. That's what's going to happen to us in about 30 minutes, yeah.
Sounds like Starry to me.
Scary size, yes, okay. inducted to the Gospel Music Hall of Fame living category, the founder of lifelong member Southern Gospel's Florida Boys, Mr. Lester G. Les Beasley. In the deceased category, we paid tribute to a hymn writer whose songs continue to impact our faith, the writer of such great standards as It Is Well With My Soul, Let the Lower Lights Be Burning, and I Gave My Life to Thee, P.P. Bliss.
Our next performer hit the gospel music scene 2 years ago with a force to be reckoned with. He might be considered an overnight success if you don't consider that from the age of 15 to 22. He was on the road fronting such popular performers as Barry Manilow and Michael Martin Murphey.
And if you leave out the part about him living on a ranch in Texas for nearly 10 years, working on his songwriting.
2 years ago, he came to Nashville, and the rest is gospel music history. Tonight, he is honored with 5 Dove nominations. Ladies and gentlemen, with Above and Beyond, Mr. Bruce Carroll.
A portion of love I would find, and you came along, gave me so much more, above and beyond my needs. Your love has carried me when I was not strong enough to make on my own. You came and calmed my fears. I know you're always near. Only a love so strong from above and beyond. Just a cup of water was all that I needed. All alone in my darkness I pleaded for someone to answer my call. Then your love washed away all the pain. The moment I called out your name, you filled up my heart, and I won't be the same. Above and beyond my needs, your love has carried me when I was not strong enough to make it on my own. You came and calmed my fears. I know you're always near, Lord. Only a love so strong can come from above and beyond. Above and beyond my needs, your love has carried me when I was not strong enough to make it on my own. You came and calmed my fears. I know you're always near, and only a love so strong to come from above and beyond.
Now I've come to the part of the show that I know that we're going to be very sad about.
You mean our co-hosting time is up?
Say goodnight, CeCe.
We have to throw in the towel?
Say goodnight, CeCe.
Pass the torch?
Say goodnight, CeCe.
Give up the gavel? Good night, CeCe.
I think that the next hosts are very strange. That's what it says in here. The next segment of our show will be hosted by a 40-year industry veteran who is the bass singer for the Cathedrals, as well as the most brilliant of all frontmen in Southern gospel music. a female vocalist extraordinaire who delivers her music with an intensity and fortitude that challenges even the most cynical of our critics, and a young man whose name first became synonymous with songwriting success as he penned Amy Grant's Sing Your Praise to the Lord. And he has achieved national recognition as an artist in his own right, a writer and performer, awesome God. Ladies and gentlemen, we relinquish this position to none other than George Younce, Cynthia Clawson, and Rich Mullins. Good night.
Well, it's great to be here tonight. I want you both to know that I'm honored to share the stage with you. They first wanted me to do it with Bill Gaither, but we'd have been here all night with both. Bill and I, let me share something today. Bill and I have a friend here in Nashville, and went to see him in the hospital today, and we had a few minutes, and he'd had a kind of a strange accident. Well, they had to take both his ears off, and when we got there, the doctor said, don't say anything about his ears, Bill. He's very self-conscious. Bill said, well, I wouldn't mention his ears. He said, no, I'm serious. Don't say anything about his ears. He's very self-conscious. Bill said, well, no, I wouldn't say nothing. We went into the room, and the first thing Bill said was, how's your eyes? Guy said, my eyes are fine. Bill said, are you sure? He said, yeah, I'm sure. Bill said, well, good, because if you had to wear glasses, you'd be in trouble. Gaither. Yeah, Gaither. I love old people. I really do. Bill, one more thing. Bill and I were getting dressed downstairs after this and before this, and Bill's been out here a lot. I've been out here 45 years now, and Bill's been out here a while. Well, thank you. And so Bill bent over to untie his walking shoes to put his patent leathers on, and he stayed bent over. He stayed bent over, and he stayed. And finally, I said, "What is it, Bill?" He said, "I just try and think if there's anything else I need to do while I'm down here." I do love old people. It's a joy to be here tonight. Cynthia, what a joy for me to share the stage with you. Just let me say to Cynthia that years ago, God allowed our paths to cross, and I've enjoyed your singing so much. You're one of my favorite people, and what a thrill for me to be with you tonight. Rich, I just met this young man today, and we shared today, and I feel like I've known him he's one of those guys you feel like you've known all your life. So, Rich, I'm glad to meet you. Rich Mullins.
Thank you.
And our first job as co-host is to present the award for Country Album of the Year. And Album of the Year are Called by Love, Kelly and Nelon Thompson, Don Potter, producer, New Canaan Records, Word Records.
Comfort the People, Terry Gibbs, Gary McSpadden, D. Bergen White producers, New Canaan Records.
Doing It by the Book, The Whites, Ricky Skaggs producer, New Canaan Records.
Richest Man in Town, Bruce Carroll, Bubba Smith producer, New Canaan Records.
The other one. Slice of Life, Buddy Green, Bubba Smith producer, Fortress Records. And this year's Country Album of the Year is Richest Man in Town, Bruce Carroll, Bubba Smith producers, New Canaan Records.
The Bubmeister, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I just want to say thanks a lot to, well, we don't have time. This is really special. You know, to think that just 3 years ago, I was living in Conroe, Texas, and barely even owned a guitar. And to think that I stand here before you tonight, it's a real tribute to God. Jesus is good, and He's the reason that I sing. I love Him. And I want to thank Bubba for doing such a great job on the record, and all the players, all the co-writers, the singers, my wife, my children, Neil Joseph and Lynn Kiesecker particularly for taking a chance on me when nobody else really knew what to do with me, you know, stylistically. This is a real honor, and I thank you very much.
Well, Bruce, that's good.
Congratulations, buddy. Pretty good, man. Well, this is nice. Thank you. I don't deserve it, but I'll keep it anyway. Bruce, thanks for letting me be a part of your life, and not only your recording life, but in your personal life and becoming friends. And thank you to New Canaan and Word for believing in me and getting us hooked together. And thanks to my wife, Mary Beth. I love you. Thank you all very much.
The nominations in this year's Country Song of the Year category are Above and Beyond, Bruce Carroll Artist, Bruce Carroll, Paul Smith Writers.
Doing It by the Book, The Whites Artist, Bruce Carroll, Phil Barnard Writers.
God's Own Lamb, Buddy Green Artist, Buddy Green Writer, Buddy Green Producer, Buddy Green Engineer, in the Buddy Green Studios, on Buddy Green Records, in Buddy Green, Tennessee.
That's on one album. That's what's called Monopoly.
That's just one song. If the boy ever does an album, he'll own the world.
Heaven Knows, Kelly Nelon, Thomas Artist, and Bruce Carroll, Jerry Sally Writers.
Mount Up with Wings, Dallas Home Artist, Dallas Home Writer. Yeah.
And the 1989 Dove Award Country Song of the Year is Above and Beyond, Bruce Carroll Artist, Bruce Carroll and Paul Smith Writers.
I don't believe this. It's you know it's such a privilege to be able to sing and write songs to the Lord, the Almighty Creator of all good things, and then to be able to be recognized by your peers and the people that you really respect as doing a good job. It's very humbling. And I like to write songs that are true. And above and beyond all of our needs, God, regardless of what the situation or circumstance is big enough to fill whatever that need is. Thanks a lot for this. Paul, thank you for letting me write the song with you, buddy.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. I appreciate Bruce Carroll. He's been a tremendous friend, a tremendous encouragement to me in these last year and a half. He sings from his heart. His heart's filled with the Lord. And he's a true man of God and a true artist. And I'm glad to be a small part of your ministry. I want to thank Word Publishing, Debbie, Valerie, Rodney, all you guys that keep things rolling for us. And also want to say just a special word to John Mays and all the staff of New Canaan Records. It's exciting what's happening down there. I want to encourage you and say that we love you and appreciate you. Thank you, Dee, and Lord bless you. I love you.
I'll return. They told me when I come backstage here, they said, George, you'll have to ad-lib a little bit. Russ Taff has missed so many lines. We're way ahead on our. So I think BeBe and CeCe done a wonderful job of pulling him out. And, one more thing about Gaither. I don't mean to be picking on Gaither, but when you talk about people that won't fight. And Gaither don't fight. I had open heart surgery in this past November a year ago rather, and Gaither came to see me, and they slit you from your ankle all the way up your leg here, and you think you'll never walk again. You walk like this, about like Tim Conway, and you think that's about as fast as you'll ever go again. Well, Gaither had never been around anybody with open heart surgery, and I was in my gown fell open when Gaither was there, and he saw the slit on my leg when he came in to lean over and shake my hand. He saw my leg and he said, "My land, what happened?" And I said, "Bill, I've had open heart surgery." He said, "Yeah, but I don't know better than to cut there." I made that up. Now we'd like to present the Contemporary Black Gospel Award.
The nominations in our Contemporary Black Gospel Album category this year are Conqueror, the Clark Sisters, Bob Saden and Twinkie Clark Terrell, producers, Rejoice Records.
You liked saying Twinkie, didn't you? Living in a World. Timothy Wright and the Eternal Life Singers, Reverend Timothy Wright, producer. See, I knew I was going to mess it up. Gospel, that's hard. Gospel Records. Just rolled off my tongue.
I always said gospel.
Yeah, but you're from the country.
Save the Children. People United to Save Our Children Mass Choir, Reverend Albert Jamison, producer, GTS Records.
What are these names now? Take Six. Mark Kibble, Claude V. McKnight III, Mervyn E. Warren, producers, Reunion Records.
The Solid Rock, various artists, Tom Brooks, producer, Integrity Music.
Vision, the Richard Smallwood Singers, Richard Smallwood and Norbert Putnam, producers, Rejoice Records. And I'm happy to present the Dove to... Let me see who's in here. Wouldn't you know it? Take Six. Five of them. Oh, I'm teasing.
Take one, pass it down.
That's four, and they're working on another two.
Where to begin? First of all, we'd like to thank our Heavenly Father, the Lord, for allowing us to embark upon this journey, giving us this opportunity to take His message to people that might not have heard it before. More specifically, a little more down to earth, we'd like to thank our Reunion Records family, Terry Hemmings, Melinda Scruggs, our Warner Brothers Records and Reprise Records families, Jim Ed Norman, Rana Rubin, Janice Azrak, Pete Fisher, Randy Talmadge, anyone else?
Randy Travis.
I'll tell you what. Let's do this here. Ornetta Barber from WIA for believing in us. Choice Management, our manager Gail Hamilton, Joe Churchwell, Andy Dixon, the William Morris Agency, Stephen Brawlier, our attorneys Maddox and Hicks, And our publicist, Terry Williams, from the Terry Williams Agency. And anyone else we may have forgotten. Thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Let me see. I don't know why, but the success of Take Six reminded me of the unsuccess of my uncle. Really. When he was a little boy, my uncle, when he was a young man rather, he invented a soft drink called 4-Up. And it didn't go. Then a couple of years later, he got some money, invented one called 5-Up. And of course, it didn't go either. And he invented a drink when he got a little more money called 6-Up. And it didn't go. And he died. I was just thinking while those boys are here, he'll never know how close he come, you know. Hard luck towards it.
Our next award is being presented for Contemporary Black Gospel Record Song. Russ taught me everything I know. Contemporary Black Gospel Recorded Song of the Year. And the nominees are Hold Up the Light.
Yeah.
New Jersey Mass Choir artist Donnie Harper, writer.
If We Ever, Take Six, traditional writer.
Mary, Don't You Weep, Take Six, traditional writer.
The Might and the Majesty, Morris Chapman, artist. Claire Cloninger, Morris Chapman, writers.
Vision, Richard Smallwood, singers. Artist, Richard Smallwood, writer.
And I am happy to present the first ever Dove Award for a Contemporary Black Gospel Recorded Song of the Year to... If We Ever, Take Six, traditional.
You gonna bring some more out? No, who didn't we thank, guys? Thank my wife and...
Oh, no.
I would like to thank my wife, who God sent to be the stabilizing force in my life.
Oh.
I love you, Beverly.
Doom, 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 skiddly, skiddly, bank, bank.
Thank you.
Translated, we'd like to really thank all of the parents of all of us on our behalf who paid for all of those music lessons. My mom said one day I'd thank her. Mom, thanks.
I wonder how old that bass singer is. I thought about killing him and telling God he died, you know. I just barely can walk and chew gum at the same time. And he's that fiddly-diddly sick. Come on.
Since this next group of performers came together nearly 10 years ago, they have helped spawn a revival in Southern gospel music.
They were the first Southern gospel artists to align with Compassion International with a specific assignment for needy children in Mexico.
And these young friends of mine, let me rephrase that. I hate young people. Youth. It's always amazed me that youth is wasted on the young, you know. These guys have had more #1 songs than Carter has liver pills. And they're here to sing their Dove-nominated #1 song for us tonight, my buddies. Midnight Cry, here's Gold City.
Of a mighty rushing wind, and it's closer now than it's ever been. I can almost hear the trumpet as Gabriel sounds the call. And at the midnight cry, we'll be going home when Jesus steps out on a cloud to call us children. The dead in Christ shall rise. I see prophecies fulfilling, oh, and signs of the time. They're appearing everywhere. I can almost hear the Father and at the midnight cry, the bride of Christ will rise when Jesus steps out on a cloud to call God's children. The dead in Christ shall rise. Comes again, and then those that remain will be quickly changed. At the midnight cry, when Jesus comes again.
Born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, this next group of artists integrated 4-part gospel harmonies with R&B, jazz, and pop music. I asked Don if I could make some of my sounds, when I was up here, and so.
This is not what's written here, and don't surprise you, and it does it what I'm going to say. These ladies sing in such a manner and conduct themselves in such a manner and present the gospel in such a manner that men and women and boys and girls all over the country want to know the Jesus they sing about.
Here to perform their #1 hit single, I Won't Let Go, the Clark Sisters.
Bible tells us that Jacob wrestled with an angel all night long, and he said, I'm holding on and I won't let go till you bless my soul. Come on, put your hands together. I won't let go, Lord, till you bless my soul. I won't let go, Lord, till you bless my soul. I won't let go, Lord, till you bless my soul. I won't let go. I was sitting in church on a Sunday evening. Somebody told me to hang on. Don't you let go. No. Down here on my knees, Lord, I'm praying. Yes, sir. Standing at the altar, my soul is waiting.
Want to be like an old bass singer.
I'm sure not.
Oh, I think we ought to just throw this book away and have an old-fashioned singing here tonight. You want to do that? Yeah. But I wish we could, but I'm afraid that big fish hook BeBe was talking about would maybe... Yeah, I'll get out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to anyway, George, if we don't present this next award. Nominations for the Rock Album of the Year are Face to Face, Mylan and Broken Heart, Joe Hardy and Mylan Lefevre, producers, Star Song Records.
On Fire, Petra, Dino and John Elefante, producers, Star Song Records.
Rock Solid, Absolutely Live, Degarmo and Key, Eddie Degarmo and Key, Dana Key, producers, Power Disc Records.
Russ Taff, Jack Joseph Puig, producer, Myrrh Records.
The Reckoning, Margaret Becker, Dan Postuma, producer, Sparrow Records. And tonight's choice for Rock Album of the Year is Russ Taff, Jack Joseph Puig, producer, Myrrh Records.
I don't know what to say. I wasn't expecting this. I'd like to thank Word and all the guys there for staying with me. It's been a hard time. But God has a real unique way of leading us and directing us. And sometimes life is hard. When I was 18 years old, I had a lot of answers, but I didn't have a whole lot of questions. Let me just say, I accept this award, and I just wanted to say to my dad, who has 3 months of sobriety, that when we are down in the lowlands, he does hear our cries.
Yeah.
The nominations for Rock Recorded Song of the Year are A Place to Stand, Jeff Moore and the Distance Artist, Jeff Moore, Dale Oliver, Tom Reynolds, Arlen Troyer, Lang Bliss, and Billy Smiley writers.
All right. Amy Grant, artist. Amy Grant, Dan Huff, Phil Nash, writers.
Light in the Darkness, Margaret Becker, artist. Eddie Arkin, Mark Spiro, writers.
Solid Rock, Degarmo and Key artists, Eddie Degarmo and Dana Key writers.
One by One, Mylan and Broken Heart artist, Scott Allen, Trent Argani, Kenneth Bentley, Ben Hewitt, Paul Joseph, Mylan Lefevre, and Joe Hardy writers.
And the Rock Recorded Song of the Year is One by One, Mylan and Broken Heart artist, Scott Allen, Trent Argani, Kenneth Bentley, Ben Hewitt, Paul Joseph, Mylan Lefevre, Joe Hardy writers.
Let's see. You take one, I'll take one.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
They left last night. Great guys. We love working with them, and they do understand that it is one by one. Thank you.
Yeah, praise God. In the Contemporary Album of the Year category, tonight's nominees are For Every Heart, Twyla Paris, Jonathan David Brown, producer, Star Song Recording. Records.
Eye to Eye, Michael W. Smith. Michael W. Smith and the incredible Wayne Kirkpatrick, producers, Reunion Records.
Lead Me On, Amy Grant, Brown Bannister, producer, Myrrh Records.
Radically Saved, Carmen. Keith Thomas, producer, Benson Records.
Real Life Conversation, Steven Curtis Chapman, Phil Nash, producer, Sparrow Records.
And the Dove Award goes to Lead Me On, Amy Grant, Brown Bannister, producer, Myrrh Records.
Goodness, Lead Me On was such an interesting album to make, and only because, or mostly because, as we began it, I felt about 9.5 months pregnant, and we went into the studio that way, and I wedged myself through microphones and cabinets through about the first 4 songs, and finally I thought, I got to get rid of this. Brown faithfully called in the tracks as they were coming down to my hospital room. And I took Matthew back to the Bennett house on Monday morning when he was 2 days old. And we kept going. And I don't feel like the same girl that started the project. And God has led us on a lot in the last year. And I thank, mostly through the process, my husband, Gary Chapman.
I just want to say, I want to thank Amy, first of all. It's incredible to be associated with you, and for these many years, and thanks for letting me be a part of it, and thanks to my wife who allows me to keep doing what I do. In spite of all the hours, and thanks to our production, our new son Will, and thanks to Blanton Harrell, and I mean it's such a team process. It's such a wonderful group of people, and I want to say too that I feel like we're all a really different group of people over the last year. God has been very gracious. He is continually gracious, and may He ever lead us on. Thanks. Bye.
For contemporary
recorded song of the year.
That was for you, Linda, because I didn't get to see you today. I'm sorry. I had to go to the doctor because I tore one of my contacts, and and just. For a contemporary recorded song of the year, the nominees are Awesome God, Rich Mullins, artist, Rich Mullins, writer. Congratulations.
Thank you. Find Me, Margaret Becker, artist, Margaret Becker, writer.
His Eyes, Steven Curtis Chapman, artist. Steven Curtis Chapman, James Isaac Elliott, writers.
Lead Me On, Amy Grant, artist. Amy Grant, Michael W. Smith, Wayne Kirkpatrick, writers.
Radically Saved, Carmen, artist, Carmen, writer.
And the contemporary recorded song of the year is His Eyes, Steven Curtis Chapman.
Wow.
Wonderful, Steve.
Thanks. This is incredible. This is really special because we do good things. Seems like this is a very good thing, and but I can't help but think of the words of the hymn that says, "To God be the glory, great things He has done." And I'm thankful to be a part of the great things that He does through the music. I'm thankful for all the people that are involved. Sparrow, my family there, Billy Ray and all of them. Lorenz, Steve, Lorenz, Elvin Raymer, Michael. All the folks at Greg Nelson Music, Greg himself especially. Phil Nash, my incredible producer, who we go back to work with tomorrow on another record. I'm seeing everybody down here, and it's not fair because I want to name them all, you know. But to all the songwriters who have taught me so much, especially this guy, James Isaac Elliott, who wrote the song with me. Wonderful. My wonderful wife, who really deserves all the rewards and awards, Mary Beth, and our little girl Emily, and our as of yet unnamed child that's still being formed even as we speak. And my family, my mom and dad are here tonight. I love you guys. Thank you very much. My grandmother is here. Thank you, Grandma, and everybody else. And thank you.
First of all, I want to say that I don't like people with hair. But I'm really... I'm in a little bit of a shock. My heart's beating real fast. I'm really surprised. And Steven Curtis Chapman, such a great guy. We met a couple years ago at Sparrow, and Tommy Greer suggested we try to write together. And we every song we've written has been on a record one place or another. We haven't written that many, but it's been great. And I just want to thank the Lord and my parents. I got 7 brothers and sisters, and got a great family, and so many people to thank. The people at Sparrow and people at ASCAP. I don't know. I usually have things to say, but I'm probably talking too much. I want to thank all the people at Crook and Chase, where I work, that have kind of been saying I'd win, and I said they were crazy, so I guess I'm crazy. But thank you all, and God bless you. God bless you, Steve.
Hey, great.
Since joining the ranks of the industry professionals some 10 years ago, this next performer has received 12 Dove nominations, a Grammy nomination, and has had 17 consecutive top 10 radio singles. I don't know who he is, but I don't like him.
Well. And he has a lot of hair, too.
Yeah.
Here to perform his Dove-nominated Song of the Year, Watercolor Ponies, from his Dove-winning album of the same title, Mr. Wayne Watson.
Something that I don't really recognize, brushed with careful little fingers and put proudly on display, a reminder to us all of how time flies. Seems an endless mound of laundry and a stairway laced with toys gives a blow-by-blow reminder of the war that we fight for their well-being, for their greater understanding, to impart a holy reverence for the Lord. But baby, what will we do when it comes back to me and you? They look a little less like little boys every day. Oh, the pleasure of watching the children growing is mixed with a bitter cup of knowing the watercolor ponies will one day ride away, and the vision can get so narrow as you view through your tiny world, and little victories can go by with no applause. But in the greater evaluation, when they fly from your nest of love, may they mount up with wings as eagles for his cause, for his cause. But still I wonder, baby, what will we do when it comes back to me and you? They look a little less like little ones every day. Oh, the pleasure of watching the children growing is mixed with a bitter cup of knowing the watercolor ponies are gonna one day, before you know it, one day they'll ride
Thank you, Wayne. I've got, that kind of touched me. I've got 5 kids, 4, well, not all kids now. They got 4 girls and 1 boy, and my oldest daughter's 32, and my youngest daughter is 13. And you go ahead and give me a hand if you want to. And I just got back off of a 22-day tour just before I came here, and so I could spend a little time with my family. I brought my wife and 2 of my daughters with me tonight, and they're in the audience. And just let me get a little bit sentimental and tell them that I sure do love them tonight. Now the nominations for Group of the Year. Cynthia.
This year's nominations for Group of the Year are BeBe and CeCe Winans.
Yeah.
First Call, Nelon and Broken Heart, and Take 6.
And the Dove Award for Group of the Year goes to Take 6.
time. Have a few more people to thank. Jim Ed Norman, I'd like for you to come up here. Our president of the Nashville Division of Warner, we really have to thank him for having the inspiration to take us on when no one else was having faith in us. I have to say this right here, that this represents responsibility. This represents heavy and hard work, a great responsibility. The Lord has put us in an interesting position where we are to be ministers to anyone and everyone that may ever see us. It's very important that we send the praise back to Him because He's the one that's been opening all these doors.
I like it. Don't let us down, man.
What's that? He must be gone. He's gone. Jim Ed, well, we'd like to thank you again. And again, Gail, Don Cobb, our engineer.
And Chris Palmer from Warner Brothers. Couldn't forget him.
That's right.
We did, but shouldn't have.
My lovely wife, Marla, and my lovely parents.
My grandmother is here. Such inspiration.
My dog, Spot. That's in the audience.
Thank you very much. Not to mention Sandy Patti. She was another one that had a lot of inspiration with us.
I like the way these guys, when they talk about everybody else and they mention their wife, they make it easy to go home, don't they? I tell you what.
The nominations for Male Vocalist of the Year are BeBe Winans, Carmen, Larnelle Harris, Steve Green, and Wayne Watson.
And the Dove Award goes to Wayne Watson.
Thank you. It's so unjust to be here alone for this up here. My wife is with me. I'd like to say thank you to her for her patience over the years, and so many people that allow me to do what I do and to be a dad, my kids who don't give up on me and forget my name, and my mom and dad for not telling me it was uncool to be a singer when I wanted to be a ball player. My mom, one day when I was making fun of all of her composer heroes like Tchaikovsky and people like that, she pulled out my baseball cards and started pointing out their names. And even though she was my mom, she was pretty cool, I thought. And I'm just thankful for the people that support me and help me do what I do. Paul Mills is a dear man who engineers my records and co-produces with me. And the best thing about this is that over the years that I have known many of you, I feel that I am loved by you and that I love you more and more. And I felt that more this year than ever. And I don't know if it's just me or if it's all of us growing more in love with each other. I hope it's the latter. But I thank you for this very much.
Oh, man. The nominations for Female Vocalist of the Year are Amy Grant, CeCe Winans, Margaret Becker, Sandy Patti, and Twila Paris.
And this year's Female Vocalist of the Year is Sandy Patti.
thank you all so very much. I'm smart enough to know that I represent a lot of people. It's not just me. My husband, John, and our 3 beautiful, beautiful children, Anna and Jonathan and Jennifer. I love you with all my heart. To the great people at the Helvering Agency who are up there in the very, very top, you all are the best, and I'm so privileged to work with you. People who travel with us and